Well, this is late, so I probably won't really say what I can say, but this is the Shokugeki no Soma, chapter 169. As development and character keeps on getting into Erina in this chapter, we are switched to a scene before the autumn election. You know the fact that Yoichiro passed by Soma. Well, he passed by uh, Sai Simon later on. You remember he had something he said he had to do. What was that to do? Well, he had to go to Sai Simon to tell something. While Yoichiro was still not really sure that he wanted to enroll his son into Totsuki, in the way I actually wonder, why didn't he want to enroll his son into Totsuki? I know he said he didn't want his son to be a cook at first, but still, yeah. But the real reason uh, Yoichiro came back to Sai Simon was to warn him. Apparently, Yoichiro have learned that Asami was on the move. In the USA, he has suddenly that Asami had established Asia-related connections. You all recall that Sai Simon said that to Soma. Turns out it was something like this. And Yoichiro was right. He would soon make contact with Totsuki. Not a future that's hard to imagine. I gotta say, Yoichiro is truly smarter than he looks. I want to say a chess master, but in a way, he predicted everything that happened. And I'm actually a bit surprised that Sai Simon did not prepare anything in regard to that. Because Simon still knows that Erina still fear her. And even though he wanted to do a countermeasure, the thing is that Yoichiro says that it's not a problem that was solved by us making some measures. The one who you can save your granddaughter in true sense is most likely friends who can compete with each other. The generation that Soma is in. So yeah, they did plan for something, but it's not really clear on what it was. This is what Yoichiro said. Only Soma can save Erina. But the countermeasure, damn it. How are they gonna do that? And so what did I say? Soma begins to cook for Erina. Of course, Hisako is being run around. And also, our dear Yuki has begun to call Hisako for Hishoku. And they wonder where she is. And then Megumi is the only one who figures out that she is in Soma's room because the trumpet to Soma's room is down. So they begin to talk. And then, well, of course, Erina shows a little bit her heart decides saying that Sama's cooking was amazing, this unlike some cooking by someone like you. I guess she still refused to admit something. So, but Soma still confident says, I'll taste Yuki cooking. My best original work. The others are only afraid that Soma will cook some kind of nightmare dish. And Erina with her god's tongue, well, she will probably die. So, Soma's gonna cook a tempura rice bowl. It's almost the same as that yakitori or whatever it was called when he did the first time. So Megumi is the only one who is having hopeful for that. Of course, her friends doesn't really consider that. Her friends doesn't really have much confidence in that, seeing that she is always the victim of Soma's awful tasting. But it's true that Megumi is the only one who believes in Soma the most. So Soma begins to cook. Erina watches as they cook with katsuobushi ready. The batter's good too, and I got some rice ready too. It's during that time that Erina gets lost in thoughts again, in the way that she still is astounded by Soma, of the fact that even when he was facing against an elite 10 of Tsukasa, the first seat, he still kept a smile on his face and enjoyed cooking. For even though Soma may be a little strange chef sometimes, Soma always cooks for fun. For him, he's dead serious about cooking, but he has always fun at the same time. For Soma, there's nothing more fun than experimenting. Erina most likely herself also enjoyed that. It's pretty adorable, when you see young Alice and Erina having their little cooking together, and even with Sai Simon. So it's really, that's actually adorable. But in the end, what made Erina lose her fun for cooking was not just her father's education. It was the fact that a lot of people that I don't know who they actually were. Were they colleagues of the Night Kitty family? They were the ones who said, "You have responsibility to lead the Night Kitty family. Please think for the family." So in a way, yes, every single one, besides her grandfather, told her to not think of herself, only her ability. They only saw her as a tool to lead the future family. Sai Simon may be a guy who's strict with people, but that's only because he appreciates hard work and people who learn from the hard work. And he built up his empire that way. He wanted Erina to enjoy the little things she has and not just have the power she had and just flaunt it. So in the past, Alice said to her that she was going to become the best cook in Totski, and I'll become the best with my favorite dish. But Erina at that time had lost her joy of cooking. But Soma of course says, "You're making that distorted face, Naikiri. Normally you're an arrogant, then you have those moments. Be more bold, because I'm really excited now, because this is my revenge of the first day." Yeah, you all remember the day a lot of people began to hate Erina because, well, she rejected Soma's dish only because she was so haughty. I mean, Erina wasn't exactly high up on my character like list, but of all the main characters, so to speak, besides that Mishiba, nah, Mishima, no, Subaru Mishima. I think Erina is the one who had the most character development of all. Granted, so did Megumi, but then again, she was always a kind person. Erina changed a little bit more kinder and a little less haughty. All in all, this arc is just to learn her, to accept things that they are, and or also to accept her that she has this gift. But that doesn't mean she can have fun with it too. She doesn't have to be perfection. She just needs to know what she wants to do. And so Soma has prepared the dish. It looks very yummy. He serves it up to Erina Sama, who is still with a blushing but still a hearty look looks at that. Who will have the taste? What will she say? Will the words "it's good" finally come out from her mouth? I mean, now she knows the truth on who Soma really is. But she's still a little bit haughty, because even though she knows that Soma is the son of Yoshiro, she still compares Yoshiro to Soma, saying Yoshiro was way, way better than Soma. And in a way, that is true. But Soma is Soma, Yoshiro is Yoshiro. And Erina needs to learn that she is Erina, not Erina Naikiri, nor Asami Nakamura's daughter. Not a tool either for his twisted. I mean, I know it's not twisted in the sense of real life, but now go from the way of the people. People. What is twisted? I mean, a lot of people begin to think that we're gonna lose a lot of people. I mean, someone even said to me that I had to be realistic in order to accept that we're going to lose someone, and I'm saying it has nothing to do with being realistic. Think from the perspective of the manga too. Realistically, yeah, someone is going to say goodbye, but thinking of who is the power of friendship here, someone will make sure they stay. Whoever there will be a sacrifice, whoever Erina will learn, will she taste this dish? Will she finally admit it's good? And will she finally also prepares to become her own person? Because in the end, Yoshiro says Soma and the others will save her. Does that mean from Asami's grip, or does that mean for something else? Because what's gonna save Totsuki from Asami? That is what I want to know. So give me your thoughts if you have any.